So we subtracted 144 from 178, and we got 34. But and then we brought down the zero, and we got 340, and then we got 340, and then we divided it by 36, and we rounded the 36 to 40, and then we can figure
Okay,
that.
so go ahead and just give them kind of the answer, because without seeing it, I'm going to try and get it so they can see it, but right now, without seeing it, it's kind of hard to follow the numbers.
So we just did 40 times 8. 36 times 8, and then we put the 8. But that didn't work, so we did 9, and then we did 36 times 9 equals 324. 340 minus 324 equals 16. So we got 49, remainder 16.
So what did you do with the remainder? So I'm going to ask you to bring that to me here. I'm going to put it under the Viz cam.
We didn't have it right.
That's okay. Just so their problem was
Somewhere on there.
there. There we go. The problem is there. So what did you do with that 16 remainder? So they did some division.
So since it was 1 yard equals 36 inches, and we got 49 yards of ribbon, so that's our answer right here.
Their answer is 49.
Yeah, and then since there's only the remainder is 16 inches, and 16 can't make a full yard of ribbon, and that's 36. So we just figured that if we couldn't make a full yard, then you wouldn't have done anything with it. So we could wrap 49 gifts, and then we could make another one. We couldn't make another one because
So your thought is that we drop the remainder.
we dropped it.
Okay, so one strategy when you use remainders is to drop the remainder. You don't use it
If you don't.
if you don't need it. Perfect. Okay, my next group. Thank you, gentlemen. My next group is stuff all over the place. The one that has the people traveling to the basketball tournament. Would you please come on up here? I'm gonna have you put it underneath the Viz cam just the way they did.
Right now.
Yeah, right now, because trying to explain it in air is difficult. So basically, we're gonna look at the problem, and you don't need to totally explain, but you're gonna give an idea of the problem. I'm gonna read it real quick. It says there are 247 people traveling to the basketball tournament by bus. Each bus holds 52 people. How many buses are needed? Go.
So, can you move it over to the other problem?
Which problem?
It should be to the right. Yeah, down right there.
That one? Okay.
So you have your, the 52, you have your 247 people, that have to fit on all the buses. And each bus can only hold 52 people. So you do your problem, and, 52, I rounded 52 to 50, and 50 can go into about, I did 25, so I always think of it as 5 goes into 25 5 times. I multiplied 52 times 5 and got 260, which is too big, so then I just subtracted another 52, 260, got 208, and that problem you can do. And this would be 4. You take the 4 up there, and you subtract this, and your remainder is 39. And then our explanation, which we have.
So what am I doing with the remainder? That's what I want to get to. I
have
have
it
remainder 39. So tell me, what am I doing with that remainder?
The remainder, you actually end up with 5 buses. On the problem, it doesn't say that, but on the answer we write it, because you can't have.
What does that remainder stand for? Those 39, they're 39 what?
People.
People.
They have to fit on a bus. So you have to add an extra bus to fit
Okay.
39 people.
So it sounds to me like you're telling me I need to make that remainder round up my answer. So another strategy that I have, thank you gentlemen and ladies. Another strategy I have is to round my answer up. Because I can't leave people standing on the side of the bus tournament, correct? Okay. All right, so my next one is my pizza slices. If I could have my pizza slice people come. Let's put my pizza, this isn't the pizza slice. I and eat the pizza slice.
How are we
Do you want to keep it after we're done? Do you want to like after you're done in the video?
Okay, so what I'm not, you don't have to explain how you did the whole problem. What I want you to do is show them the answer and explain what I did with the remainder, okay? So let me read the problem to you. You would be respectful in listening while I do so. The 28 students in Miss Colby's class will share 98 slices of pizza equally. How many slices will each student get? Go for it. Now they did the division. They came up with an answer. Their answer is 3 6/7. Explain what you're doing with that remainder. Go.
Well, once we got our remainder, we had 24, but we had to change it into a fraction because it wouldn't make sense if we had like just like remainder 24, because you can't just say I'm eating 3 remainder 24 pizza slices. It doesn't make really sense. But if you turn it into a fraction, you would get 24 28ths, and you could simplify to 12 14ths, and then to 6/7.
Nice job. So we actually need our remainder in this, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And we need to turn it into a fraction of the piece. Nice job. Okay, so another strategy we have is use remainder as a fraction. Okay, my next group shall be my car wash people. Car wash people. Working at the car wash.
Actually, this summer I'm going to do a number.
All right, so explain to, again, I'm going to read the problem. They're not going to explain to you how they divided it. You should be able to do that if you want it. It says, suppose 16 friends equal $348 at a car wash. They want to divide the money equally. How much money does each person get? Go.
So you would divide 348 by 16 and get 21 remainder 12. Then you would divide the 12 among 16, which is keep change flip, and you get 12 16. And then you want to make that a decimal, so you divide both of those by 4 and get 3/4. And we knew 70.75 would equal to 3/4, so we put that in the answer.
Perfect. So instead of leaving it in a fractional form, they figured out how to put it into a decimal form. So I'm going to bring my next group up quickly because it's very similar. My garden people.
What one? What one? There's 2.
The garden people. This garden people's. Got them.
7 for types. It's right here. It's right here.
Okay. Okay. So these guys had to look at. A rectangular garden has an area of 882 square meters. The long side of the garden has a length of 35 meters. How long is the short side? And they came up with 25 remainder 7, and I looked at them and I said, so I'm going to tell my landscaper, please make me a garden that has a side that's 25 remainder 7. And that's where they went. So go ahead.
And then we had 25 remainder 7, and we knew that we couldn't do that, so we turned it into 7/35. We simplified it to 1/5, and then we knew we couldn't put that in a decimal, so then we doubled it to 2 tenths. We doubled it to 2 tenths, so we got 0.2, and our answer was 25.2.
All right. So they needed to get to a decimal also, right?
Yep.
So we've got 2 decimal ones. I know I have a few more here, so let's get through them quickly so that you have some time. The bagels. Where do you want it? You want to probably see the equation. Got it. Go. All right, so the bagel shop has 138 bagels to be packed into boxes of 12 to be sold. The extra bagels are for the workers. How many bagels will the workers get, and what did you do with the remainder? Please don't explain the division. Please explain what you did with that remainder. Go. What'd you do with that 6? That's your remainder.
So the 6, it said how many workers will get the bagels. So we divided 12 to get 11, and then there were 6 left. So we got the 6 to get to the workers. So the workers got 6 bagels to split. So it's like not really explained.
So it sounds
It's
to
just
me.
like the remainder of 6 would be for the workers.
So your answer was what?
The remainder.
Your remainder. Thanks, Jax. Your answer actually is your remainder. So you do this whole division problem, but the part of the division problem that you need is the remainder. So we have one more that we could look at. One more strategy. The remainder is the answer. Sometimes. These are all sometimes. Okay, so I got a couple more.
Except for the bike.
I have the colored markers and volleyball, right? Those are the last two that oh no, I've got 3. Colored markers, come on up. I need it here. Okay, all I'm asking you to do is explain what did you do with the remainder. Their problem was colored markers cost 78 cents each. Pablo has $21.63 in his pocket. How many markers can Pablo buy? They came up with 27, but their answer is 27, remainder 5. So what did you, or 57, what is your remainder? What did you do with it?
We decided to save it because you can't buy a 57-cent marker.
Perfect. So their remainder fits one of our things. We ignored it. We saved the money. We didn't use the remainder. All we needed was the whole number. Okay? My volleyball, thank you. You got it, 100%. My volleyball people, I've got 2 more to go. Okay, this one, here's their problem. And again, all they're doing is explaining what are they doing with that remainder. In volleyball, there are 12 players on the court. If 75 people all want to play volleyball at a gym that has more than enough courts, how many of them must sit out at one time? Take it.
So we got 6 remaining 3. So we're going with the 3 are going to be on the bench because there can only be 12 people on a court each time, and you can't have 3. You can't have one court that just has 3 people. So they have to sit on the bench, and after a period of time, the 3 people are going to switch with 3 other people.
So then again, your answer really was your remainder. If they asked you how many people are on the bench, there's 3. The one that had Armando in it. Was that a, no, I had Armando.
I thought it was Fernando.
Armando.
That's a name.
Yes, thank you guys. All right, and our last one. This is our last one, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Our last one. Armando needs quarters to ride the bus each day. He took $14.87 to the bank and asked to have it changed into quarters. How many quarters did he have? So what did you do?
We had 59 quarters and 12 cents, or 12 pennies.
So what did you do with the remainder?
We changed the remainder to a decimal,
Okay.
which is 12 cents.
Oh, all right. So you just had an extra 12 cents. So asking, well, the question is asking how many quarters did he have? So what did they do? They ignored the remainder, right?
Yeah.
All right. So, thank you very much. So looking at these 10 problems.
One more.
Oh, I'm sorry. I just asked that and I said, bring it on.
I thought we were up next, so that's fine.
Sorry, I thought I had just the one second, that one last one. And this one. A gardener needs to move 2,150 pounds of dirt. He can carry 98 pounds in his wheelbarrow. How many trips will he need to make with the wheelbarrow? Let me know. What'd you do?
For the remainder for the problem.
What'd you do with the, don't explain the whole problem. Tell me your answer, then tell me how you got the right answer.
So we got 21,
Remainder,
remainder 92. So we multiply.
but my question is, how many trips will he make with the wheelbarrow? So what's my answer to my problem?
22.
22, so what did you have to do?
We divided it in
What did you do with the remainder, Elise?
Oh, we added it to that.
So you rounded your answer up. Okay, do you see that they rounded, you can't make 21 trips, or you're still gonna have 92 98ths of a pound
You gotta do that extra.
sitting there. Right, so you have to have that at one last extra one. Okay, so basically, thank you very much, have a seat.
That's like our.
So basically what we've done